Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mooney here, and today I've got episode 1 of my team spotlight where I look at teams in the head-to-head seasons and tell you things that you didn't know about them, tell you tips, tell you my favourite formation, my favourite players of them. And today we're going to be covering Ivory Coast in episode 1. As you can see there, that is the team, and obviously that's not the default team. That is what I've done, because the only thing I've changed there is Conan on the bench. He starts in the reserves. He's someone to come on as a substitute. And the other formation I like to play is this one, 4-3-2-1. Since the default formation is basically a 4-3-3, I like to play that formation sometimes just to bring the strikers in a little bit. Now the goals in head-to-head aren't going to be the best. There's going to be some not bad ones, but not the greatest ones, like that one you've just seen before the corner. Drogba is an absolute beast of a header from especially corners, as you'll see throughout this video. But there is going to be some really good goals in there as well, or decent goals anyway. So, as I said, the formation is either 4-3-3 or 4-3-2-1. Conan is the only thing I'd change, but I'd take him off the reserves and put him on the bench. Just replace him for Gosso, I think that's how you pronounce his name. But firstly, we'll move on to the skillful players. There is only one 5-star skill player in this team, and I'll tell you about him in a minute. But the 4-star skill players you'll be looking at are Giovinco, Drogba and Doumbia. They are all in the starting lineup. They're all the ones you want to be starting as the starting lineup as your 3 attackers, or your 1 striker, 2 wingers. Also on the bench is Kalou, who has 4-star skill moves. Obviously he's from Chelsea as well. And the 5-star skill move player is Kone. He has 5-star skill moves, as I've just said, and he's on the bench, so he's someone to bring on. Or maybe if you're going for like a skillful goal or something like that, you would be putting him on probably over Drogba, because he's got good pace with him. He's got an 86 sprint speed. There is acceleration and sprint speed, but I'm going to say on the sprint speed because that's how fast he run. Like rarely, acceleration is just how fast they can like sort of burst off the ground for. But otherwise, the speed players in the team. Giovinco has 90 sprint speed. Drogba's not the fastest at all, something like 73, but he's a very good player nonetheless. Doumbia has 94 sprint speed. There's also a player called Gradel on the bench. He is right wing, rated 73. He is probably the underrated star of this team, or maybe the unknown star of this team. He has 92 sprint speed, and Klou, probably one of the slower, faster players, if that makes any sense, who's got 84 pace. Like, he's not slow at all. It's quite quick, but he's not as quick as the other players, of course. Now, Drogba, as I said earlier in the video, is such an aerial threat, especially from corners, and he's got a beast of a long shot on him. Well, he's got not the best long shot, but he's got the best long shot in the team. I think 83 long shot he has, but he's obviously no one's really talented with the long shot in this team. Doumbia is great from coming in from the right hand side. So, because he's right-footed, he comes in. Oh no, sorry, he's from the left-hand side. Because he's right-footed, he comes in from the left-hand side, cuts in. He can finesse it into the top right-hand corner. That's a really good trick, especially when you're playing with wingers or even strikers. Put the left footer on the right side and the right footer on the left side, so they can just cut in easily, and then they can perform nice finesse shots, as you see there with Doumbia there. That was just a bit of probably a harder angle to score at, but with this team, attack is definitely the best form of defence, because if you watch Mr. Tekker's Road to Glory, he had Copper, and Copper is the keeper for the Ivory Coast, and he is just dreadful. He's really bad. Just, you can't really change him. He's the best keeper for the Ivory Coast, but attack is definitely the best form of defence. The defence isn't the greatest, but it still holds out nonetheless. The midfield is okay. Tiote and Zakura are alright players, but the one you want to be playing definitely in the centre of the 3 that are in the midfield is going to be Yaya Toure, because he controls the midfield. He's going to be your playmaker. And this is just an absolute fail by me. I put these 2 fails at the end. So guys, if you want to recommend any teams that you want me to do in this, please do in the comments below. And if you see a team that's already been recommended, thumbs that up for me. Also, if you could like the video, that really helps me out. Now, I don't know what happened there. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. And I'll see